Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Coffee, Tea, Thoughts, and Conversations with myself, Terralina, and my co host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. She is also our show producer. And we just want to say, hey, how you doing this morning, Fran?
Hey, how are you?
All
Welcome,
is
everybody.
well.
Yeah, all is well. How's everybody? Everybody watching live and on the replay. Thank you for tuning in on this rainy Monday in Sacramento,
Mhm.
California. We need the rain, though. Need to have
Yes,
some
we do.
water. And see, therefore, it takes us into our conversation because, a lot of people think rain is, oh my gosh, it's raining. And okay, we need rain because we need water. The plants need to grow and we have sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. Okay, we still need water on the plants. Plants need three things: soil, water, sunshine.
Hmm.
So we need to have the rain. So we are enjoying it. That means you got to slow down. You have
Mm.
to prepare for it. You have to make adjustments for it. Can't keep driving like you were when the ground was dry.
Oh, please.
It means you got to slow down. There are going to be times in your business or career that you're going to need to slow down. And you can't keep speeding up when the roads are wet.
Mhm. And circumstances are going to just happen, and you got to pivot. Remember, we did the show one time about pivoting?
Right.
Yeah.
And so we're back.
Hmm.
Today we're talking about thriving in crisis.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, crisis is something that you have no control over. You didn't start it, you didn't advocate for it, you didn't vote for it, but it's here
It just happens.
and it's out of your control.
Hmm.
But how you manage the crisis
Ah,
is
see.
going to determine how you end up.
And isn't that what insurance companies do? They do risk management.
Right,
Okay, so they're anticipating crises. What's going to happen if this crisis happens? How are we going to handle this? And there are a number of agencies that do that too, like FEMA. They don't wait until something happens to prepare. They prepare before it happens so that they are able to quote unquote respond properly.
right. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to get it all right because then, even in your plan for the crisis,
Hmm.
something could still go wrong that wasn't anticipated,
Yes.
or it was anticipated but the execution didn't come out the way that it was planned,
Hmm.
and so therefore you still need to be aware and plan for that.
You,
We Go ahead.
you need to be flexible
Right.
so that if you have, even though you planned, you don't have what you need, you're able to.
Pivot.
Mhm, exactly.
There is, hey, Donna is with Green Earth Travel,
Hmm.
and there's been a shift
And
in the
disrupting.
travel.
Hmm.
It's a shift in the travel industry right now. Okay, there needs to be a plan B, C, D, E for everything that happens.
Well, one of the things that definitely needs to happen is there are three things that need to happen. One, you need to communicate to your community. You need to show
Oh,
up
I
for
like
them.
that. Communicate to your community.
Communicate to your
Communicate to your
community.
community.
Let them know, you're here for them.
Right.
Um,
Because they're going to have questions.
exactly, exactly, and you need to show up. So
And
don't cancel your virtual response. You may have to cancel your physical response. Donna says she's available to join us too. Um, you may have to cancel your physical response, but don't cancel your virtual response to them. reach out to them. Let them know that you're here for them if they have questions.
And then you need to be knowledgeable
Mm-hmm.
for in your industry what is going on. Like Donna in the travel industry, she needs to be aware of whatever the government has said about travel, whatever the health
The World Health
department,
Organization.
yeah, whatever they said about
Who? They call
travel.
it who? The World Health
Who?
Organization.
Okay, who? Doctor Who.
Ah.
So you need to be knowledgeable
Mm-hmm.
about your industry
Mm-hmm.
and how you're going to handle the crisis,
Mm-hmm.
because each one of us are an expert in what we do, and that means we should have been paying attention to or had a contingency plan for the crisis. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Nazim and Donna and Brenna and Anna, welcome.
Mm-hmm. He
Nazim,
was in the thick of it. I know he's got
yes.
some stuff to say.
So there is crisis going on, but you can
Mm-hmm.
still thrive in the midst of it if you've made a plan. What was the contingency plan? What are you going to do if you can't go to work?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There was somebody put a post up in Facebook on her story talking about the EDD. Is if you've been told that here in California, Mark is funny. If you're here in California, the EDD is, you can apply for unemployment for the time that you're off. Now, there's going to be things you need to qualify for to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that you were working.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But there were things that was going on. So I'm going to go in here and look at some of these comments. Donna, I might bring you in a little bit later. Mark said, I've scheduled Panic for Thursday afternoon at 2.
So,
I think everybody else in the world already beat you to that, Mark, but
no, he just said he's not going to deal with it till it's scheduled.
oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Panic. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
So
going to give
he's like,
myself a 5-minute panic session on whatever date at this time, and then I'm done.
right. And then you put the plan into place all the other times.
Mm-hmm.
Because, okay, we have had crisis before. And Nazim says he's calm and collected.
Love it. Love it. We can also treat this, when they say, you're off work, can we treat this as the vacation that we refuse to take as Americans? You know, the vacation we feel we can't afford to take. Can we just do a staycation and plan some stuff that,
Stuff that you couldn't get done, books you wanted to read, other things that you wanted to do. You have time to do it now.
yeah, and just pretend like it's a rainy day with the kids. I remember my mom we used to do indoor picnics. We were planning to go on a picnic, but it rained. Okay. She made all the food. We put a blanket on the living room floor and we still had the picnic. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I equate the things that we have going on now to a snow day.
There you go.
On a snow day, and if you're in the East Coast, everybody on the East Coast knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You have to there were snow days. There were days where the kids wasn't going to school because of snow.
Yes.
You weren't going to work because of snow. And it was a part of what's going on. In certain parts of the Midwest, there are tornadoes, right?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yes.
I'm
looking at some of these comments. People are like, my husband is home and I don't know what to girl.
So it's okay. So let's take a look at some of the comments. We have Anna. She says her husband is working from home as a test today. The youngest son's school district is closed this week. Okay, so here's what I believe is going to happen. People are going to learn how to do online school. My granddaughter, she goes to school online. All of her classes and things are online.
Mhm.
She does have meetups for her science and her activities and stuff, but her work is
Academics.
online. Her
Mhm.
academics are online. Jerry says, boy, we got lots of.
Yep.
Anna says, Mark is, oh, wait. Hi, Jay. Nazim says, calm and collected in lockdown mode.
Mhm.
Okay, what are you going to do? You calm. You're going to be like Nazim, calm.
Yep.
Mark is organized, says
Mhm.
Anna.
Mhm.
Um, Donna is saying this is her income and refunds
Of
are
what
what she's doing.
Okay,
Yes,
but here's
go
what you can do. I have a suggestion for that.
go
If
ahead. Please, please.
Okay. I suggest that you schedule virtual tours of wherever you were going for $10 and have people sign up to take the virtual tour with you, and you talk about some tips to get ready for when it does open back up, because you need some kind of money coming in and
Right.
people are bored. They planned to go to this place. Okay, so why not take me there? You've been there I don't know if you've been to this particular place, but I know you've done a lot of travel, Donna, as a travel agent, and you probably have pictures and different things that you can talk about to keep them engaged. Still show up for them, and during the sessions, you can let them know you'll keep them posted when things change. You
And
see,
then, and if I'm not, there are people who do insurance here. So if I'm understanding, Donna, these people should have had
travelers.
travel insurance, which is going to help you as well. Yes, you are doing a lot of refunds, but you will be okay with this too. You
It'll
it
pass.
this too shall pass. I like
And
that.
people are going to double down as soon as the thing is lifted. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I can go!" So now you got time to prepare
For
for,
the
uh,
influx.
yeah, for the incoming, because they are people gonna be, "Oh my gosh, I got to get out of this house. I got to get out of the country. I got to, I just got to go somewhere." You know what I'm saying? And if you've been at the top of their minds, talking to them about the places that they said they wanted to go to, when they're ready to rebook, they will contact you again.
Right.
Mhm.
Jerry says, sounds good. She's sewing.
Mhm.
And because Jerry does things now, we're not talking about just sewing, just like the little knitting needle sewing. She does blankets and different things that she then turns around and sells.
Mhm.
So orders can be fulfilled. You can be working on stuff, talking to people. How many blankets do you want this weekend? That type of stuff, and use that. Um, Anna says, yes, I'm treating it a bit like a staycation. Husband doesn't get to vacation at all, so having him here is a treat.
See, and so it's all a matter of what mindset, how
How
you
you
look
think?
at it. Flip the script. If you're having a bad script going through your mind, flip the script. You don't get to spend time with your kids. Flip the script. Okay, here we go.
You got
And
time with your kids.
yeah, and I'm sure that in this crisis, alleged crisis anyway, um, that there are a lot of things online, a lot of suggestions about what to do on rainy days.
Well, how about all of us who are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and people who do business online? How about we put up some things that people can do
Hmm.
when you are not able to move about like you wanted to?
Hmm.
Donna says her son is playing Minecraft.
Hmm.
Yep. Mark says, I cannot stress enough the benefit and importance of meditation right now. If you don't
Mm.
practice, now is a great time to start. There are so many free guided meditations on YouTube and plenty of helpful apps from which to select.
That is
Yes,
really a good suggestion, because
right.
a lot of us need to calm our minds and stop taking in some information that's just making us go bananas. Okay.
Right. And it's you're going to have to manage your mind. Let's see. Let me go back up. Some things popped up. Brenna says, that's what I'm utilizing it as a staycation with some organizing and work. I might even get a book read.
Mm.
You think?
You know, I mean, seriously, I have so many books. I just need to stack them on the coffee table and just go through
Right. I just downloaded a couple of other books. I was like, oh, okay, I can turn them on and listen to them and take notes from them. I can do some things um, and not have to be outside or whatever. I can still
them.
go outside if I wanted to, but I can go different places. But if there's no place that I need to go and because places are closed, I know
Mhm.
I can do some things in here. Oh, how about organizing the office that's been out of
You know
whack
what I'm
for a
saying? I
while?
mean, I really could take some time in my office
The
to do some things
downtime.
that I let go. Um,
Okay, let's think of it this way too, Terry.
mhm,
When there's construction on the road and they are um, detouring you or whatever, that's downtime. When your computer is in the middle of an update, you
mhm.
have downtime. You are not getting on the computer while it's
Hey,
doing the update.
can we count our blessings? The internet is working in the
Oh,
middle of all of this. Come on, people. Come
woo!
on in. Rule it back in. Your TV's still working. Your podcasts are still going. Your phone is still online. It could get interesting. Okay, so let's just
And we
count the
are
blessings in the midst.
thankful.
Yeah,
So, one key to thriving in crisis is being thankful
and
for what
grateful.
is
Yeah,
going right.
exactly.
AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and everybody has talked about not buffering down and all of that while people are online.
So if your kid can get online, be grateful because they will be tripping out on you. To say, Mom, what are we gonna do next? Mom, what are we gonna do next? Mom, what we gonna
Yeah, but we have the internet and it is working well.
Yep,
But Donna says the difference between a snow day and this is that snow days end. We don't know when this is going to end. Well, sometime, Donna, we didn't know when snow days were going to
thank
end.
you. Thank you. Have you ever been up in the Sierra and they just didn't know? It was wait a minute. Let me tell you about contestant number 3. He got stuck in ski country in Utah somewhere because he decided to drive across the country at an interesting time. And he was there in shorts and flip flops. Okay. All right. Do you think that person didn't have to pivot and he didn't know how long he was going to be there? Because he was going to New Orleans, where it was hot, but he decided to take this route. It took him through some kind of ski country. I've forgotten the name of it, but anyway, I don't want to mention it anyway. So, and there he was in shorts. He had to pivot, and he didn't know how long it was going to last. Truck flipped over. Truck was totaled. There was a lot of stuff that had to be readjusted. Okay, for him to get out of there.
Right. So, Donna said, I slept the last 3 days, had a sinus headache from seasonal allergies. So
Mm.
today I actually feel rested. You mean we actually get to get some rest,
And get somewhere and sit
sit
down.
down, and sleep? Uh, Nazim says the only big issue here is the hospital system under stress.
Mhm.
Yes. And I believe they're making adjustments for that as well, Nazim. You know, people are, they're making the shift too.
Yeah.
People are doing, bringing in the other resources, doing what they can. And yes, there is stress, but it's
Okay,
going to
Carolyn,
push them.
people are not willing to pay right now. Okay. Oh, did you skip this one here where
Yeah, I did.
Mhm.
I'm coming back to that.
Okay.
Um, when there is stress and pressure, it makes you change.
Mhm. Mhm.
You will not, because if the okay, and I know you got to look for the benefits that's also in the crisis. They're going to get better at
Mhm.
figuring out how to do stuff, how to handle more people. Everybody gets better under a little bit of pressure because you're going to think differently. You're
Yeah.
going to make different decisions. You're going to make adjustments when things are not going the way that they were like this. It's always been like this, and now somebody threw a wrench in the thing, and it's all, and you're like, okay, now I need
Yeah.
to I need to switch. I need to shift. I need to get another mind. I need to think differently. Okay, what can I do, Donna? Because the pandemic is not covered under the travel insurance.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do? What can you, because we can spiral and think, oh, the world's going to end and I'm doomed. Or we can come up, what's the answer for the travel industry? You
Mm-hmm.
have that answer. It's in you, but we must not allow the fear and what's going on around us to prevent us from seeing the solution.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm.
Hey, Carlos, uh, and Linus, good morning. Oh, Linus says, good news. I also have good news for Comcast Xfinity customers. You won't have to pay your bill for 2 months if you can't pay the bill
Nice.
while you are in this. Um, and then Nazim said kids are jumping on Fortnite like there's no tomorrow.
Yes.
There's a babysitter. Okay, shut up, friend.
No,
Uh,
seriously. I
that
mean,
is a
that's a lot of
babysitter
time downtime.
because
Why not?
because
Why not let them play?
well, and here's the thing: the school system should have been ready on for online a long time ago. They know they have snow days. They know they have time when the kids are not going to be at school. They should have had that system up and
The school
ready.
system is ready for online. I mean, I can remember my grandson, his math teacher had what he called a dojo where you could go in and see what your kid was doing with their math, et cetera, et cetera. They have virtual networks to communicate with parents. So they're ready. And then all of the colleges in our area have canceled school and everything's online. They went online last week. All the
Okay,
community colleges, all of the regular colleges, they're
and
out.
you show up to class, the teacher shows up to class in a system kind of like what we're on right now,
Mm-hmm.
and you check in the class and there will be no, I'm
This,
not, I'm like, well, I didn't get that assignment, why not?
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I when I say the school system as a whole, Terry, I meant like the entire, because
Mm-hmm.
we have some people who are doing it
Yeah,
correctly,
summer in,
but
summer out.
right. And then, like I'm talking about the whole nationwide here in the US, the
Okay.
whole nationwide school system, they don't have that in place. But each individual county may
Mm-hmm.
have something in
Yes.
place.
Mm-hmm.
So going online, okay, so Zoom's stock went up because they provided online StreamYard stock, or should have gone up. Every platform who's online that does video should
Mm-hmm.
be up. And we should be investing, or should have
Okay.
invested.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
The other thing that's going to increase is people going to be on Pinterest. I mean, they
Right.
have time to be on Pinterest. They have time to be on these virtual platforms to look at what you got going on.
Donna says we have adequate things in our pantry without going overboard. Crock pot works easily, baking still works. And you're with your family, and dad's working in his office or whatever. The kids are working on their schoolwork if they have can do it digitally, or they're playing Fortnite and they got some downtime or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Nazim says the main thing is to also think about your fellow human being and offer all the support possible. Yes, sir.
Can we not just call somebody and connect? Hey, how you doing?
Oh,
How's it
wait,
going?
you have time to do your calls now.
Exactly.
The
Exactly.
phone works. And he said even reaching out is enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Brenna says hers is a Google Classroom. Yes, Google Classroom has been out for a long time. And that she is the teacher for the next 3 weeks. Oh my gosh, teach your own kids. Anna says we have an online math program my youngest actually like. It's called Prodigy. See,
Mm-hmm.
there are things that we are doing that we wouldn't have done because we wasn't pushed to do it.
And if you have something that you're doing that you think would help us, put it in the chat. We'd love to have those suggestions.
Right. And here's one from Anna. Love me some Zoom, and Blue Jeans is good too. I remember
Mhm.
Blue Jeans. We were working with them. Um, Nazim said, "That's me. Dad is working in his studio."
There you go.
Linus, some great podcasts are out there as well. Many are full of encouragement, motivation, and inspiration. Yes, ma'am.
Love it.
And Dean says, in every adversity, there is opportunity. More
Yes.
millionaires are made in times of economic challenge. It's more about our mindset, heart set, than the seeming reality. Henry Ford had it right. If you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. Thank you, Dean. And then Michelle says,
Hey,
my
Michelle.
daughter,
Hey, Dean.
okay, Michelle, you need to make sure you put your things in the chat over here because people were looking for you for massage. My daughter that's
Yeah.
in ninth grade did not get any assignments. I had them email her. She had to email her teachers and ask if there are any assignments she can do while at home. My elementary school daughter's teacher sent over some websites that they have at school to practice math and English. Plus, I have chores that they're going to do to catch up on house projects. Yes. Okay, I'm with Michelle. My mom would not have let us just sit at home. There would have been stuff got done that what needed to be done. I'm
Girl.
learning work ethics.
And taking advantage of the time.
Right. Now here we have some help. Nazim said I can help people figure out Zoom if they have issues. See,
Okay. See.
right.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
they're everybody working together, and because we can go online, we can still connect and still talk and still
Mhm.
help and still uh
The art of the pivot.
work. Yes,
Mhm.
here we go. The art of the pivot is essential. If you're not yet working online, you are already behind the curve. Now, today is the best time to get going online as well. Yes, that's it, Dean.
And
Linus,
look, that's what we do at BizChicks. We help you learn how to use these tools, and we can do
right.
that virtually. Let's
And
see
then
it.
and we have Nazim is in there telling that he can help.
Yeah.
Linus says, I will be doing a work at home shout out on Tuesday in my group. Would love to invite everyone who has an at home business to come into the group and shout it out tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And she put the link in there. So all of you all who have work at home business, Linus is asking.
Come on, join the conversation.
Right. Um, Anna and Pat, okay. Jill from Breathing Space said, I postponed my in-person meditation classes. Clients asked for help, so I hosted my first live meditation. Woo!
Yes, yes, Jill. We are
Go, Jill.
excited.
See, and Jill was a little apprehensive like other people are, but you are getting forced out of your comfort zone. She'll be hosting another meditation class tonight. See, and this ties into what Mark was saying about meditation, and you can get in with someone that's always here with us, so you can feel like you're in a safe space. Jill, you might want to put in the
how to
your
connect
link.
on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how to get there because people need to learn how to calm their chaos right now. Okay, let's see. I think Terry pushed the wrong button, but she will be back. Let's see. Anna and Terry's back. Patricia, oh, this is for Anna said, my new Verizon guy loved the password box idea. Okay, I'm not sure what that
I'm
is,
not
but I'm
sure
sure
what
y'all
that
have that
is.
conversation. Nazim says, my wife taught makeup to her fashion school in Verona last Saturday via Zoom. She loved it. Do you see? Okay, here's the thing. We just saved gas and time from traveling around just by going on Zoom
There you go.
or StreamYard. You didn't have to leave the house. The people still got the lesson about the makeup or whatever. and she didn't have to go anywhere.
Well, that's a great idea for Beauty by LA. Lakeisha, you
Right.
hear that?
Yes. Do the
Online
and then
training.
Anna is asking, did she record it? Because we probably want to look. Dean says, been doing all kinds of online trainings and teaching for a good long while now. We are offering free, fun magic lessons and other
Ah,
fun time learning for school kids, in addition to all of his adult distant learning programs. So now there's an opportunity for kids to learn something that's not in the regular routine of school. They
mhm.
can learn magic, and Dean is real good at it. I saw him make a bowling ball disappear. Seriously.
Cool, Dee.
Right, Dean is good. Um, totally true. Pollution in Milan dropped big time. Right, because there's nobody driving.
I love it. There's a great benefit.
Right.
Wow.
So you can thrive in crisis.
And I know we're supposed to be distancing ourselves, but it's also a time to reconnect. Because I mean, even though it's virtual, it's still a connection, people. Say hi to somebody, send them a text, send them an emoji, something. Let them know you're okay too.
Right. Nazim says that the people at the school won't let them. They want to keep it under wraps. The makeup classes his wife is doing.
Okay.
And Linus says record all of your Zoom training and classes and then sell them later from your site, from your group on whatever platform.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Right. And Coach Karen said always, always, and always. And Karen, I sent you the link. Okay. Anna says the password box is Pat's solution for password chaos. You use index cards in a recipe box, in a recipe card like a box. As you update the password, you cross it out and update the index card and date it. Yes, okay. Like a Rolodex, where
Yeah,
you did like the old school.
like the index box cards. Yes,
Right.
and they've got
Dave.
the alphabet there. So,
David.
hey, David.
How you doing? I was thinking about you the other day, Dave. Dr. Tachi, good morning. And Dean says, been speaking virtually for many years, saves them on expenses per diem, travel, makes training events more economical for small groups and companies using tools like Zoom and so on. Lots of great ways to serve. And David said, what link? I want a link. Okay, depending on what we are talking about. But I like that password box idea. I might have to do that.
That's cute. I like it.
Well, because okay, we got 1 trillion passwords, and here's the thing: I use LastPass, but if I lose the password to LastPass, I've lost the pass. I don't have access to all my passwords.
Well, I tend to put my passwords in my phone, but if I lose the phone,
exactly. So if the electronics go down, look, paper still works.
Oh, old school. Can we go old school, guys? On the whole, keep the passwords. I
like that box. Thank you, Pat and Anna, for talking about that. Yes, Brenna, like a Rolodex. And she Anna says it's kind of like an old school recipe box. One little box with just index cards. And yes, Donna, we have ours down here too. They're shutting down all bars, restaurants, movie theaters, and gyms, and people banned. Okay, no problem. You know what? We shall shift.
You know something? This reminds me of when when the state was in crisis and everybody's salary was cut by 25%.
Exactly. That was no
and the restaurants and things really had to be
shut down.
Being some shut down. Yeah. And
I remember that because
that
was when because we've had different types of crisis. Right now, it's a health crisis.
Mm-hmm.
We've had economic crisis. And here in
Mm-hmm.
California, just like Terry said, I'm in the real estate industry. Wasn't nobody buying no house because the whole housing thing just tanked because people were being dishonest or whatever. But it still, it did come back. And this is in California where we are in Sacramento. Mostly everybody works for the state, the
Mm-hmm.
city, or the county. This is
Correct.
a government
This is a government
employee,
center. Yeah.
a government employee center. So when the state of California cut salaries by 25%, counties weren't getting paid because there was nobody paying taxes because their houses were in foreclosure. And so it was like, and the cities weren't getting anything, the schools were not getting revenue, but we made it out because
Mm-hmm.
we need to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jerry says she carries a little book, and maybe a little black book is the thing you need too. Just,
Mm-hmm.
Keisha says, as leaders, we have to show others how because some shut down. Right. Let me go back here. Oh, Keisha says, I just put mine on a list.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian says, I always have a
Brian.
backup. Hey, Brian, I always have a backup. Always have a backup and a backup of your backup. It sounds like Dave. David Vaughn has been telling us that, and he was doing a workshop on how to back up your stuff. Dave, it
Ooh.
might be time to come out with that
I was
again.
going to say this would really be timely right now, David.
David said, Lord Almighty, if she loses her phone, yes.
Exactly. I am in trouble. I need to stop and do a card box right now.
Oh,
Right
we have
now.
time to do it while we're not out at the restaurants and stuff.
Okay.
Sit down and get some stuff down. Brenda says, I still use the recipe box. I need a use for the Rolodex. Yeah, because I still had a Rolodex for around here. I'm like,
I'm sure that you could utilize that Rolodex. We just
And then, hey, Coach Karen, breathing space, just as Jill, she says tonight's meditation is at 6:30 on Facebook, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. There's the link for anybody who wants to join in. And let's see. And she also says, please don't add to people's stress by shaming them for business decisions such as staying open or closing. Ask for clients to pay or asking for clients to pay or suspending payments. Try to educate, not ridicule. Reserve judgment. Judgment adds to stress.
Yes, it does.
Right.
It does. And then people are scared to approach you to try to make adjustments because they feel like you're not open to that conversation. So you want to let them know you're open. That's what I mean by communicating.
Okay, let me go back up here. Because they're coming in fast and furious.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what Lakeisha means by inbox her.
Okay, we're gonna go up because there's some comments that came up before that. Nazim said, old school, you mean Good Humor ice cream truck and bottled milk on the porch? Yeah, where you wrote it down, you wrote down people's stuff. Yeah. Before we had tech, you wrote down information. And then David said, yeah, let's wait. When the army is rolling down the street and that becomes normal, then we are in it. And okay, we have a milk door in our house. Oh, yeah, where the milkman would come and put the milk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We used to have a milk box. Mm-hmm.
Right. My online presence is about to improve.
Love it.
Right. Right. And see, and sometimes we may not have made the shift if we didn't get pushed.
Yes.
We would have just sat there and like, okay. All right, Donna, she said that there's an announcement about the Caribbean right now. Okay, so Donna, you need keep us posted. Post it in there what people need to know about the Caribbean and wherever else.
Seriously, because my daughter just canceled a cruise Well, their cruise was just canceled to the Caribbean. So I would be interested to know what's going on, Donna.
Right. And because Facebook does not put your stuff out, you all need to follow one another so that you can get the updates.
And we
I'm
want
gonna
a
do-
trusted source.
Right. And
We
you
want
are
a
the trusted source.
Yes.
It's because the news media just keeps recycling stuff from somewhere. And I'm like, I'd rather hear from Donna what's going on because I know she went and did her research.
And I know it's going to be relevant to travel.
Right. So one more comment, then I'm gonna get Coach Karen in here. Dean said passwords. I also use a secret formula for passwords that makes it easy to remember. While no two passwords are the same and safe, each one of us can apply our own secret formula to manage our password without fear of losing anything. That is correct. And I do believe David has a similar system. And we might have to have them teach that to us.
You know, I'm reminded of when kids used to pass notes in school and they would use a code, like every other letter or something, you know, whatever, people. But thank you. We would be interested in that information.
Right. And Dr. Tachi says milk boxes were common in Western New York. And Brenda says, I get it delivered, I just don't have enough space or to store or hoard. Yeah, you can, Donna. You can start a thread on about travel. That will help so we know what to do. And David said, yes, I have an easy system.
Okay.
All right. All right, we got Coach Karen.
Hey, Coach.
Hey. Oh my God. It's pure craziness, right? If you're not settled, you feel so unsettled. And if you are settled, people try to disturb your settlement.
Yes, they do.
You gotta really block them out. It's not like you don't want to be present or don't want to acknowledge what's happening, but you really can't allow them to come in your ear. You kind of have to hang up the phone if they're going off on a spiel. If you call somebody to see how they're doing and they go off in the spiel, don't be disrespectful. You just say, I can't continue this conversation. If it's in Messenger, do the same thing. If not, it'll disturb you. And I'm talking from experience. I'm pretty much at peace and understand certain things and went through my list. But I see what happened and I had to cut it off. And I said to the person, don't send me any more of this garbage. Like literally, don't send it to me, and get myself out of two groups, because this is all what's happening and you're just feeding what everybody else is feeding. That's not how I live my life. So come to terms with certain things. This is the hard part. And I had to sit down and talk about this with my family. You have to accept, if this touches me and I die, this is my time to go. If it touches me and my mom die, this is time for her to go. Like, these are important things to already have with yourself. If it touched my kid and it's time for them to go, they will go. How will I survive them going if I'm the one that didn't go? Like, those are things you want to start talking to yourself and noting it down for you, because it helps you with your peace of mind.
Well, here's the deal. I ain't going nowhere. And I declare that they ain't either. I'm not receiving any of that kind of, even, you know, that prep for that journey can happen another time, but not in this environment. I'm all about
I went through the whole, because I like go through the negative and the positive. And then I go with exactly what you're saying, Terry, but just to get that out of the way.
They need to go do that planning. I'm going to do that planning, or it's going to be at another time when my mind is clear. Because right now, the only thing I'm thinking about is tomorrow.
Same here.
So here too, you still need to plan for that. Okay, so we're on a global crisis. There are going to be personal crises
that you need to.
There are things that you need to be prepared for. Do you have in your mind how you're going? See, you can choose your response.
Exactly.
You get to choose the response. If someone that you really, really love departs from here, how will you respond? You can make that up in your mind today, how you're going to handle that should it occur.
And that's what I was told. That's why the conversation was so important. Because when my dad died and everybody was freaking out, I was the only one who was able to just like stay. But that's because I prepped my mind for it. Like, he's sick, this is happening. How do we do this? And how do I be the representative? Because I know was going to be the one in charge. Like, I just initially know that, and he left that in as well. I had to
Mhm.
do everything. So it was good that I had myself prepped so that when I got there, I could have done it and be
Mhm.
focused, not because I wasn't hurting or grieving, but I was able to park it to focus on all the other things that needed to get done.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so that's the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
See, and there's a scripture that talks about gird up the loins of your mind.
Mhm.
Things are going to happen in
Mhm.
life that you don't like, and you need to be prepared for it. You prepare your mind. You might not be able to prepare for the crisis, but you can prepare your mind before the crisis, before any crisis. Make up in your mind that you are not going to freak out, and then you're not going to fall apart because there's no toilet tissue at Costco.
There you
Okay. Okay.
It is okay.
Just stupid stuff. And here over here,
David, let me start with David.
yeah.
David said, "Oh, I know how to hang up."
yeah, right.
And TJ, if she were here, she would talk to us about how to mute and silence the
Mhm.
stuff that comes to your messenger feed,
Yep, had
to
to get
your
that done.
Facebook
Mhm.
feed. You
Mhm.
click, 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 click,
Yep.
click. I don't need to hear all of this.
Oh, God.
And calm the chaos with Jill
Yes.
tonight at 6:30. Then Lakeisha's talking about what her mentor said. You know
Her
what?
mentor said you will either be powerful or pitiful, and pivot.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
You get to choose. Am I going to be pitiful?
Am I
Oh
going to
my
take
God.
that thought or not? I get to choose that.
Right. You get to choose your thoughts.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then Jerry says,
Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Where's Jerry? Oh, Jerry
under
said
the
she's not going anywhere either.
Jesus,
You-
man, I'm feeling you, girl. No, it's not time. I got work to
And
do.
Brenna said, I used to love those choose your own adventure books. Thank you. Choose
Yeah.
how is this adventure going to go?
Yeah.
Carolyn, and then
Write it down. Get it going.
Carolina Austin, I'm not going anywhere.
Right to
And she
finish.
said, right, funny. David said, a lack of planning does not constitute an emergency on my part.
Exactly. Your failure to plan does not constitute an emergency on my part. But the deal is, just like you said, Francine, if you're going down the road and there's a detour, how about this? Remember when the bridge fell in Oakland during the earthquake?
Yes.
People, you couldn't go from Oakland to San Francisco. You had to go the long route. You started evaluating, is this a good thing? Do I really need to do this? Should I localize my commerce? You had no choice. Okay, right now, some of the choices are being taken away. Get over it.
Right.
Either choose to go down that road or not.
Right. Dr. Chauncey said, me too. And then that the EU is banning all non-essential travel for 30 days. Okay. So here's something that nobody on the news in the US is talking about. And I read something from Starbucks has just reopened 90% of their stores in China.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So
Apple
it is
too.
right, and Apple. And so here's the thing, you know how they did, and I made a reference to this before, you know how you do the wave at the stadium and everybody goes like this? And somebody started the wave. Terry, you do the wave. Okay, and then Karen does the wave. Well, when it got back to me doing the wave, I'm okay now. It's okay. China is coming back and it's okay. The wave just might be at Terry right now. And then the wave came around. Terry's the US or whatever, and it's coming around over here. And we're going to be out of this. We're going to be back to business. We're just in the middle of the wave right now. So don't freak out in the wave.
And enjoy the downtime.
Right.
I got my plans with my plans anyway. So I am just working my plan.
Exactly.
And we're back to, okay, remember January when it came in and says, are you guys planning a year budget? Get that year budget done. Get it streamlined. Get this done.
How many of y'all sat down and did your budget? You got time to do it right now.
Okay.
Get it
You
done.
got time to stop, and you were too busy before. Now you got time to sit down and write out your budget, reach out to Coach Karen. You don't have to go to Canada to have a meeting with her. You can
See?
just go online, and she'll help you write out your budget. You were too busy. You ain't got nowhere to go.
Okay. Get somewhere and sit down, people.
Yes.
And you are being forced to sit down right now.
hmm And life have a way of pushing us to do the things we're supposed to do. I always say it
Mhm.
when we don't want to do it. And everybody is in a different bracket of what they need to get done.
Mhm.
Everybody need to get something done that they were too busy not getting done. This is the time to get it done.
Get
I
done.
think too, because this is a business conversation, we recognize that business has been interrupted. We recognize that there may be some financial issues
Yes.
surrounding this. But if you get quiet,
You will
you
find
can
answers.
hear
Yes.
what to do.
Yes.
But if you got all this chatter and you got outside chatter going on, people get still and let the universe tell you what to do. In my case,
Right.
I let God tell me what to do.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, but one of the ways you hear is to get still.
Oh,
Okay.
You have to get quiet.
yes.
And right now, there's a bunch of noise.
Hmm.
It is very noisy out there. The world went, you can't hear. You got to put on your noise canceling headsets, put them in, and begin to hear. David said, I
David,
bet when everyone woke up a couple of weeks ago, they didn't realize that, yes, even the end of the world has been made in China.
David.
David is funny. Yes, David. Only here will you be able to get away with that. And yes, Pat, you go away and come back, and there's no
the whole gang is
telling.
here.
Yes. And Lakeisha said, no distractions. Put on them noise canceling headsets and get rid of the distractions. Get somewhere and sit down. Coach Karen been telling us for years. I know because I'm one of them. You have to do the financial plan. She talked to us about the real plan, and then she talked to us about that little
so-called
plan, right? But nobody wants to sit down and hash out the math for your business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my son asked me, he says, Mom, you know, people talk about 2019, but 2020 so far. I'm like, hold on. This is a really great year. You need to see it this way. Sit your butt down, Pierce. This is a good year. This is a lot of good things that's happening. You're not paying attention to the good things. You look at the surface thing. So we had a head-on full hour of talking about all the good things that happen.
How about this, Karen? If you're in business, this should be a good time to get some stuff on sale for Christmas. I mean, people got warehouses and stuff they can't move. Girl, you can get a good sale right now. People are freaked out. They're letting stuff go for little or nothing. Get in there. Take advantage of that. There's a blessing in everything.
Thank you, David. He said, all right, I'm out like Charmin at Walmart. Thank you.
My name is
Thanks for popping in, David.
Yep, it's the top of the hour. But
we got a couple of minutes. We're good.
Your office was disorganized. Organize your office. If you were back with your filing, get them filed, get them put together. If you had a picture you wanted to put on the wall, put it on the wall. If you're not sure where to put things, start filing your things. Get everything set up, ready. Plan out what you're going to do for the rest of this year, how your finances are going to look, what's going to happen, what you're going to save, where you're going to invest. It's going to come back around. Stop worrying about what's happening right now. Sorry, but I really have to tell you, worrying has never gotten anybody anywhere.
It doesn't.
Nothing. Nothing.
It doesn't add anything to your life.
Yeah, and it lower your blood pressure if you suffer from low blood pressure. Yeah.
Yep.
Also, cucumber in the water if you have low blood pressure. Do not drink it. All right. Cucumber helps lower your blood pressure. Facts. You have to really spend this time just seeing what you need, reading up on books, writing your book, getting things together, and looking at the joy that this has brought you, not the horror. not the horror,
Mhm.
just the joy that it has brought you, because it
And
has.
yes, and resting will help build up your immune system.
Thank you, Terry.
Are you meaning?
Didn't we say get some
Wait,
sleep? Get some sleep,
okay.
people.
Because the universe has put it in that we're supposed to work 6 days, take 1 day off. You got a whole lot of 1 days that you can catch up
That
that
you
you
work through.
haven't. Yes, you can get some rest and get refreshed so that you can still go out and do what it is that you do. Maybe make some adjustments so you're not working candles at both ends and you got a plan now.
Okay. All
The
right.
And make
downtime,
sure you go out in fear. Like if you're feeling fearful when you go to leave the home, take a minute, pause, breathe in and out, doing some deep breathing, getting yourself stationed and settled before you step out. Because that fear, when that fear takes over, you don't operate in the best self. You don't work at that 80% I keep talking about. You work at that 40, 60, you panic really easily. Just take time and breathe. Do a lot of breathing exercises. And then you get out there and then you do what you got to do, you get back in.
Well, let's
right.
also take this time that if we have our children at home to turn them into entrepreneurs. Let them help with the business. Can they package something? Can you tape this? Can you carry this to the garage? You
Yeah.
know, help us stage stuff or show them how to start their own little business.
Yes, Terry. This is the time. I'm loving a helper. My granddaughter is home because all daycares over here are closed, so she's removed it from the washer to the dryer, and she's not too, but she loves hanging with me, and she knows
Yes.
grandma. She's doing little things. It's nothing big for her, but she is just in the learning process.
I'm telling you, I started a hair bob business with my daughters at, I think they were 4 and 6. All we did was we were gluing little charms onto barrettes and they were selling them at their daycare. And they now have an entrepreneurial attitude about life because my mother taught me you never know when a man's going to come in and say, I don't need you anymore. You have to know how to put food on the table, people.
Exactly. And when this is over, there's a lot of things that you have that people's going to want. So get it ready. Okay.
Exactly.
Spend the time getting it ready for what they're gonna need. Your pocket's gonna be full again if it's empty now. And when it gets full, you're going to pay attention to what that's my spiel I come into.
Well, we got some things over here from Pat. Pat says, wait a minute.
Yeah. Pat said, whoa, wait a minute. Some people are still paying for last Christmas. Those are the people that did not talk to Coach Karen.
Exactly.
And Brenna says it takes a certain darkness. It takes a certain darkness to see the stars. You have to, you when it's dark outside, you can see the stars if you're looking.
Yes,
very good. And Anna said resting is good. And she also says the best Bluetooth headphones for iPhone 8 just upgraded last week. The ones we have on the iPod, the AirPods Pro are outstanding. Because if you want noise cancellation, these dudes will lock it down. You know how noisy the Apple Store is, right? I put them things in and I heard nothing. I didn't hear the chatter. I heard nothing. That is a great
suggestion for moms who have 14 kids at home out of school. Get some noise cancellation.
These were and I can shut down where I hear nothing.
Nice.
Somebody could be talking near you and you'll be hearing them like a whisper. I was like, whoa, okay.
This is
so
good.
Yeah, the Bluetooth, the ones that Apple AirPods Pro.
And
now the investment.
Now you've got time to go in and put the parental parameters on all of those devices that they just had to have on their way out the door. Stop. We got time to do this.
Right.
True story.
Yes, Jill, get the ones with noise cancellation. I'm like, wow, these are nice, and you can set on your which if you need them because you're out running outside, you can turn and change it so that you can hear what's going on.
You can hear traffic. Okay,
right.
That's good.
Whew, it is 9 o'clock. We're going to let y'all get back to your day. This has been thank you all for your input, putting in whatever comments and suggestions and things of that nature. We appreciate you. We will see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
TJ will be here talking about digital marketing. See, now you can come to class and get some stuff on how to get your social media together for the next
Exactly.
round. Okay, get your homework in, get your financial plans in place.
Oh, now you can cook healthy meals.
What?
Girl, break out the crock pot. Use the oven. Oh my God. Just saying.
No excuses. You
I
can
feel like
see
all
you
the things
can
I've been talking about for the past how many years, I just
Exactly.
you can start some new habits.
yes, yes.
It's a time to reset. This is what's happening. It's a time to reset, reevaluate, and reset. The world just hit Control Alt Delete on us. That's it's like, okay, y'all gonna need to do something else because I'm messing up the program.
Oh my God. We love
Yep.
you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Don't
Hey,
forget
Terry.
to go to the front of your own mind.
You got time to do it now.
Yes.
Bye-bye.